Luke Hooley, first time that we've spoken since your loan arrival at the club from Castleford. How have you found that transition being back at the Bradford Bulls?
It's been good, mate. It's been very easy to fit in. Enjoyable. Not a lot of changes for me really, apart from I just get more time at home throughout the day than during a night. But I'm used to part time as well, so I knew what it was all about, and so yeah, it was pretty easy, mate.
It certainly looks like you've just slid into the side. What do you put that down to? What for you has been the key to settling into the Bradford team so quickly?
I'd say the lads that they're such an easy bunch to get on with. There's no egos here. There's a lot of big names, and you'd think that there's some big players that want to be the ones, but there's no one here that what is him. They're all same wavelength, want the same goal, and yeah, I've just been here and just played my own game and enjoyed it.
Going back to when you were last here, 2015, 2016, obviously the players and some of the coaching staff have changed, but there's that familiarity around Odsal and Tong and the club.
Oh yeah, nothing changes. You can see that throughout the stadium and Tong. It's the great facilities and yeah. But when you're here, you know where you are, and to be fair, well, I just exactly like coming back.
Your first try for the club was that crucial moment in the second half in the 12-8 win over the Halifax on Good Friday. What did it mean to you on a personal level to score such an important try in a big derby game like that?
We're about getting the win. Obviously, it's nice to score the winner, but ultimately getting the win over the top of the league were the main goal in that, and that's what ultimately we did. It was a tough game. It was a good, enjoyable game. We made it hard for ourselves, but yeah, getting the win was the most important.
The Bradford supporters, Brian's called them the Bradford Army. That's what he's nicknamed them. They've been backing the team in big numbers, nearly 2,500 at the share on Good Friday. When you hear Luke Hooley is one of our own and all the Hooley chants, how does that make you feel? Because this is a loan spell, but I'm kind of guessing it feels a little bit more on an emotive, personal level when you're hearing that from 2,500 fans.
Yeah, it's good. You can't back away from that. It's obviously nice to be accepted straight back in, and ultimately they like me as well. So I know it's a bit funny with loan deals. You don't really know what you're going to get, but ultimately to get that you've got to be performing well. I feel like my performances have been all right. Still a lot more to give, but like you said to hear that it's nice.
And just your thoughts on that, away support, which when you look at those numbers wouldn't look out of place from what some big Super League clubs take away.
No, the travelling numbers, big numbers, and they're loud. They don't stop. It was a great atmosphere last Friday. Halifax had a lot more than they've ever had there before when I've played there, and they were just going hammer and tongue for it, which is similar to the game. So yeah, it was enjoyable. Great atmosphere.
Brian Noble praised the defensive solidity of the team in that performance against Halifax. As a fullback, how do you approach your kind of attitudes and responsibilities? Because that's quite a statement to go to the league leaders and restrict them to just 8 points and one try.
Yeah, it's good. If people score our try line, they all look at me first, don't they? So it's good. It's good to only concede 8 points to them who's been put in a very big number on other teams, and you can see why they've been doing that. Yeah, like you said, only one try and they opted to take the two. Yeah, it's nice. It's nice to know that I've got something right.
Do you feel that performance, that victory can instill that confidence, that belief, and keep that momentum going, which is now 3 wins in all competitions in a row? It certainly looks like there's some momentum building.
Yeah, massively. I don't think there wasn't any belief there. I think we've always believed us, and sometimes you bounce of a ball goes a different way and you don't get the result. But yeah, I think we knew that we could turn over Halifax if we turned up with the right attitude and we did what we set out to do. ultimately we put ourselves under a lot of pressure, including myself. As defence were great on his own goal line, but throughout the field it wasn't the best. As discipline, kicking out on the full, penalties, we killed ourselves half at times. So we were very lucky that his goal line defence was good. And yeah, that were ultimately now it's looking to hold them on Friday.
On the offensive side of things, is that something that there's been a bit of a focus on this week? I know you've just mentioned yourself. I think it was 2 times the ball's gone out on the full. Clearly, you don't mean to do that, Luke. But in terms of the offensive side of things, is that what you'd like to now, see clicking into gear, similar to how strong that defensive side aspect of Bradford's performance was?
Yeah, massively. And it takes a while. I've played with Jimmy before, but Jimmy's at a different club and there's different calls and different names, and he's also working with Keezy. And you've got Jordan Lilly and Mitch who slot in, and then I'm new as well, so it is fairly new, and as a spine it takes a long time to click like that. But it'll come. Hopefully it comes this week. But yeah, it's just cleaning up as the stuff that we do's individual. Like me kicking the ball out on full twice, that's individual. I can change that myself. Don't need a spine to change that. There's just a little bit of breakdown in communication sometimes that we need to click.
It is Oldham away on Friday, another big game for the Bradford Bulls. How are you preparing for what is going to be another, I guess, physical, mentally, opponent? Very tough game.
The same as each week. I don't think you can take anyone lightly in this division, to be fair. Yeah, they are tough and they're going to come after us. But ultimately, if we do what we set out to do again, we can turn it over in front of another big crowd. And I think this will be the toughest test that we've had yet, if I'm honest. They've signed some really good players, and they're out there to make a statement as well this season. So yeah, it'll be a good game on Friday, and hopefully we'll get a win.
You've already made an impact with strong performances for Bradford. What does the future look like for you? It was certainly announced as an initial 2-month loan, which ends next month, I believe. Would you like to stay, continue to be a part of a successful, what hopefully is a successful season for Bradford, or would you like to think that Danny Maguire's looking at these performances and a chance to go back to Castleford and get that Super League opportunity, which you clearly desire and want?
Yeah, look, there's a lot going around about it, and ultimately to me, before I come here to start with, I hung around and waited for the shot for someone to get injured. Fletcher playing very well at Cass and Tex playing well. So yeah, I hung around a lot, but ultimately I'm 27 this year. I can't hang around much more. I'm not an 18-year-old kid anymore. I just wanted to play, and I stayed around five weeks, and I just said I want to go on loan. I want to play, and look, that's how you enjoy your rugby again. I've had 2 seasons in Super League, but it's been tough for me. Very inconsistent, always going back down, and as long as I'm playing, I'm happy. And whether that be I go back to Cass next month and hopefully get a shot there, then happy days. If not, I'd love to stay and enjoy it here and see what happens.
Do you think if a deal could be done, Luke, that would be like similar to James Donaldson, full circle? You are a homegrown player here. You were 15, 16 on the corridors here at Tong, working under Lee Beattie, Paul Medley, Mark Dunning, and now back here working under Brian Noble, Lee Greenwood.
Yeah, look, if everything's right on both ends, and everyone's happy, then I'd be happy to come here and for the rest of the season and then see what happens in the future. But ultimately, my goal now is to just get as many wins as I can in the 2 months that I'm here, and then hopefully earn a deal, or if not, if it's elsewhere, or go back to Cass. I've just got to put myself out there, enjoy it.